On the track board. On the track board. On the track board.
Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Hey, check and making sure everybody can hear me. Check, check, check. Let me know if y'all. It look like I see some audio stuff going. Oh yeah, my bad. Yeah, I forget the background. Still getting stuff situated. I forgot to move all that stuff out the way. It's all right. Just some boxes. Everybody, y'all didn't move before. Y'all know what it is. All right, making sure everybody's here. If you're watching right now, if somebody watching, drop a comment. Let me know that you're here. Yeah, we all back. We back, man. We got the Diddy trial to talk about today. Hold on. No, I want the. What's going on, everybody? Yeah, come on in, y'all. Come on in. We about to talk about the Diddy trial. Letting everybody come on in to the live stream. This is a little different than our normal Tuesday show. We said yesterday, if when a verdict was reached today, that we was going to go live. So, giving everybody an opportunity to come on in. It's one of them days where I wish content was my full time uh job because I would have been on here early this morning. Uh, there we go. All right, here we go. Now we can have that running at the bottom. There we go. There we go. Hold on, y'all. I want to make sure audio is good. Audio sounds great. It was my full time. Oh, there you go. Yes, I sound much better today than I did on the show yesterday. I didn't realize my mic settings were off yesterday, so here we go. Making sure everybody. Oh shoot, my bad. Making sure everybody's good. Come on there, everybody. Come on into the live stream. If you watching right now, make sure you post it on all your social medias. We're gonna be here for a little while, not too long, not too long. I don't want to take up the whole evening, but we definitely want to be here to talk about a few things that happened today. I know everything happened earlier this morning, so I know it's already then got out and to the media and to the other sources of news and all that kind of stuff. So it's all right. Let's see. Coming on in, everybody. Come on. Vino had to take care of some stuff, so he's probably going to join in a little later. But if he don't, I told him I was gonna be able to hold it down for us today. Just posting it on Instagram. Can't wait till I hire somebody. There we go. There we go. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. And then I want to post a couple. What's going on, man? Look, I hope everybody having a great Tuesday, a great Wednesday. Excuse me. I'm thinking it's Tuesday, but I'm hoping everybody has having a great Wednesday. So much stuff is happening today. It was a whirlwind of of news. But all right, here we go. All right, you know what? Why does it still have that thumbnail up? But anyways, DB, welcome back, DB. Ciroc Boys is back. This boy is wild. This boy is something's wrong with him. That Bezo, shout out to you, DB, for being here for this stream. This is about to be a lot to talk about. Just kind of letting people come in, let people get situated um, before we go into this conversation. Trying to get it posted everywhere. DB, you want to be my production guy? I need a production guy. Here we go. Here we go. Diddy not guilty. Here we go. All right, boys. All right, here we go. We about to get into it. Welcome everybody to the Don't Cancel Me breaking news segment. This is your boy Petrie Perfect, and I'm here. We are here. We are here together to talk about the Diddy outcome, the Diddy trial, everything that's happened. It's been crazy. Of course, if you were at the live show, shout out to everybody that was at the live show last night. We had about, I think we maxed out about 70 people. Watching last night, which was pretty dope, with everything that was going on. About 70 folks was watching us. And that was real cool. I mean, I think it peaked out about 70, but I think we were averaging about 63, which I pay attention to that stuff because that lets me know people were invested, people were watching. Shout out to everybody that's coming in now. We got people rolling into the chat right now. Just take a little bit to get started. But before we get into all of this, let's get all the church announcements and all that out the way. So make sure that you like and subscribe to the channel. If you're not, we're live on YouTube. We're live on Twitter right now. We're live on Facebook. But our YouTube page is where I really want you to go like our page. Go ahead and comment on our page. And comment on a video, and subscribe to the page. We're trying to run the numbers up. Once again, I am one half of the Don't Cancel Me show. Vino Flight is handling some stuff right now. He might join me later, but I told him if he didn't, it's all right. I'm gonna hold it down for us today. We are live today. Today's occasion is the Diddy verdict. Uh, the Diddy verdict that was said today. Earlier this morning about 9:30 ish is when the news dropped. So make sure y'all get your popcorn, get your conversation ready. I'm gonna need the chat. We're gonna talk about it together. But first and foremost, for those who probably had to work, it probably was stuck at work all day today and didn't know what happened. Sean Diddy Combs was found not guilty on 3 of the 5 counts that he was being charged with. Yesterday, yesterday we talked about how Diddy the jury had 4 of the 5 counts. Okay, and just to go through the counts real quick. Count 1 was racketeering conspiracy. Count 2 was sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion. I can't ever say that word the first time. Count 3 was transportation to engage in prostitution with Cassie. Count 4 was sex trafficking by force again with Jane. They're talking about Jane Doe, the person who went and testified anonymously. Count 5 again was transportation to engage in prostitution. So he had 2 counts of transportation in prostitution and 2 counts of sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion. And we had 1 count of racketeering. The RICO is what they was really trying to get him on. So with that, now that you all have it all said, that the jury had to continue to deliberate because yesterday they reached an agreement on all four of the counts, but the last one was the RICO. They were going back and forth. And yesterday, me and Vino were talking about it on the channel, and we were saying how that RICO is confusing because of the organized criminal activity that was going behind it. But today they came out, they had a verdict this morning. He was found now not guilty on the racketeering. Count 1 racketeering. He was found not guilty on count 2 of the sex trafficking. He was found guilty on the transportation to engage in prostitution with Cassie, and he was found not guilty on sex trafficking again, and then he was found guilty on the transportation for Jane Doe. So that's where we are right now. Diddy's team won today. That is the biggest news that I had to get out. Diddy's team got him off. Diddy will walk free eventually. Now we have sentencing. We're going to get to all of that in a little bit, but there is some sentencing that has to come along, and we're going to get to what happened today. But a lot of people have the question is, how did this happen? How was Diddy able to walk away when it seems like everything was against him? I don't. My answer to all of that, and looking at this trial in its totality, and as we get ready to conclude this chapter of entertainment and media, the prosecution did not put together a strong enough argument to get Diddy off. And I think that's where it's going to come down to out of everything. The prosecution did not put together a strong enough argument to get him off. It is not the defense job to prove that he's innocent. It is the prosecution's job to prove that he's guilty. And I think using this case very, very in the beginning, the first 2 weeks of this case was very, very defense heavy. And I remember, of course, we wasn't live. We weren't going live with our shows at the time because we were taking a little break. I know we took the worst time. We had the worst time to take a break. But watching this stuff and going through it, having Cassie up there, having the bodyguards up there, having all these different people, they were getting up there and testifying and saying things that the defense could easily get up there and discredit them for. And I remember some of the people that I was watching. For me specifically, Lauren LaRosa on the Breakfast Club. She would go to the courthouse, but she would be at the Breakfast Club and giving updates every day. She was in the courtroom. She was going through getting the updates, being a first hand witness to everything that was happening. So she would come back and she would say on the Breakfast Club, hey, the defense won today, or the prosecution didn't look as solid today, or whatever the case can be. So then reading some of the transcript myself, there was some, like the Washington Post was posting the transcript, like actual transcript of what was being said, what was going on. I mean, they were even so exact to it. They can tell you when the kids walked up at this moment, the kids walked up and stepped outside after this, all this kind of stuff. I was trying my best to keep up with it. The last 2.5 weeks, I fell off with the move and everything. Finalizing on the house and moving. I kind of fell off a little bit, but kind of keeping up with bits and pieces of it. But from the beginning, they discredited a lot of what was being testified, and I believe that beginning part is the reason why he got off. Of course, they couldn't prove the arson, which the arson was the Kid Cudi part where it seems like that Diddy. I think we all can be in agreement on this, that it seems like Diddy. We know that Diddy did it, but then who cares what he did? What can you prove that he did? And that's what we had to find out in this case. We know Kid Cudi said that his car was on fire, but we don't know because they found a woman's fingerprints at the scene. They found a woman's fingerprints at the scene. So that already takes away that, okay, well, it wasn't Diddy. Even though we know, come on, y'all, we know that Diddy probably got somebody to do it or whatever the case can be. But nonetheless, you can't prove that in court. So Diddy's did that kind of took away the arson. The kidnapping was one that I don't think they classified the kidnapping with Capricorn Clark, who was very close to Diddy. It was under the impression that she was kidnapped, but she really wasn't kidnapped because she can come and go as she pleased. So they threw that out. And they threw out some other stuff as well. But all in all, when it came down to these 5 counts, I want to focus on these 5 counts, and I want to focus on the racketeering and conspiracy. The RICO charge. That's the one that they really, really wanted to get him in. They could not get him in that, and this is what we talked about yesterday. Shout out to Bezo for bringing this up as well. But one of the thing about the RICO is, can you prove that it was an organized criminal activity happening? I think that's where the jury was talking about when they were debating. Where some people were saying that it was an organized criminal activity. I think some people were saying it wasn't. So, oh my God. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna shut up right now because God dog it, we have a special guest in this mug. But I'm gonna let him do his thing. But come on in when you're ready. But anyways, it was a what up, Vino?
What's going on, man?
Hey man, well, everybody go show some
It's
love.
the D, the I, the D, the D, the Y, the D, the I, the D is
Yeah.
D.
Yeah, can't stop, won't stop.
Ain't stop, won't stop, man.
So
Ain't
Flight,
stop, won't stop.
I'm just going through the charges, kind of similar to what we were doing last night, kind of talking
Okay.
about. I just started. I'm going with count 1 with the racketeering. And like we discussed last night. About the organized criminal activity. So
Right.
obviously, they didn't see that it was organized criminal activity because they voted not guilty on the
Right.
RICO.
Right.
So, what's your come on, get in here? What you think? What's your quick take on that? The chat say it's Diddy.
Shit. Hey,
They're
man.
calling you Diddy.
I mean, shit. It's I mean, shit. No RICO. It wasn't organized crime. He just a big old freak.
Just a big old freak.
Big old freak. That's all it is, man.
And like we said yesterday, and I want to make sure before as we continue this conversation, I want to make sure I say this one thing. Diddy is a horrible person.
Facts.
This is not about, and we'll probably touch on this later on. Diddy's a horrible person. We know that, but we're strictly talking about the court of law.
Right.
I said I want to make sure I get that out the way. This is not us defending Diddy. This is not us praising Diddy. This is just talking about what was presented in court and what was proven in court. So that's it. That's where we at.
Ciroc in that glass. Hashtag Ciroc boys.
The RICO, and then DB, you said it yesterday too. It has to be an enterprise. He's the only one being charged. RICOs were designed to take down the mafia. They were not designed to take down individual people. So with them not getting a bunch of people in this enterprise, then I don't see where you can get to the RICO part of it. Moving on to the sex trafficking. I think, and people say, well, how did he get prostitution but not sex trafficking? And I think there's a difference. Prostitution is, what it's like. What we all know prostitution is. I'm going to sell it. I'm going to buy your services to please whoever I need you to please. Whereas sex trafficking is literally by force or fraud, or the word we struggle with, like coercion.
Yeah.
I'm still struggling with that word. I hope I never get that word in the spelling bee. Coercion. That's the difference between sex trafficking and prostitution. So that's why the jury said, okay, so this is what they're telling you with this decision. They said, well, we know that he was paying for people, which we did say yesterday, that we said they were going to get him on because even though I said you can kind of back yourself out of it, I still think they're going to get him on the prostitution aspect of it because of the money that was being exchanged, the hotel stays, all that good stuff. The sex trafficking, they're not going to. I think what happened, they did not get him because these women enjoyed the freak offs. I think that's where it come down to. They enjoyed the freak offs. There's text messages of them, hey, babe, when we going to do this again? Or I had a good time. As a jury, you're seeing that. Well, he's like, well, this doesn't seem like you were forced. This doesn't seem like, this doesn't seem like you were forced to go to do something and go to be forced to do something you don't want to do. You enjoyed it. Now, there might have been times where you probably didn't want to do it, but they didn't prove that. They only proved when they found the proof of when the women did like it. We're talking about Cassie and Jane Doe, who is rumored to be 50 Cent's ex-wife.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're looking at when it's the prostitution and the sex trafficking. So for those who don't know the difference, that's the big difference. Is one, you're being forced. The other one, I'm buying. You're offering a service.
Mm-hmm.
I still think that prostitution is a little wild because prostitution in some places is a business. I guess it's like weed. Weed is legal in some states and weed is legal and illegal in some states.
Prostitution legal in some states? That's not legal in some states.
Nevada.
Prostitution is legal?
Yeah, that's when you in Las Vegas when you got the women on the cards and stuff.
Oh shit!
You can buy.
I haven't. To be honest with you, as many times I haven't seen those cards since I was a high schooler. Like, I haven't really seen them since last in Vegas. Like, I don't really see them like that. like I did when I was in high school.
Right.
Maybe because they're not as much on the ground as much, or maybe I'm just not paying attention.
Well, my first time in Vegas was for Jay Horn wedding, and I'll never forget. One of the guys was walking up in the street, and he gave me a card. He gave us cards, but he gave me a card, and I had like a couple of them. And you can get like Becky and Ashley for $99. I was like, oh, that's a deal. You get a two.
That's the deal.
But yeah. So it's I don't know what other states. Maybe it's just Las Vegas, so I guess. But and if I could be wrong, but to me, if they're selling it like that in the open, to me that means it's illegal. So let me know what you I know you're looking it up right now.
Yeah, just Nevada.
Oh, it's just Nevada. Wow, Nevada's the only.
It says 10 of Nevada's 17 counties allow prostitution. But
Got it. So it's barely even Nevada.
But only within licensed brothels.
Right. That's cool. Okay, we learned something new. So it's not really even Nevada. It's just a few counties.
Oh, it's technically, well, not technically, it's only legal in brothels. Outside of brothels, it's illegal.
All right, bet. So, like I said, so some states, okay, my bad. In one state, it is, but the fact that it's legal somewhere, I'm just really surprised. It's almost like they had to get him on something. So we're like, all right, we'll just give him this. But as we all know, time to get to the nitty gritty of all this. The fact is that he was able to be found not guilty. I put no guilty on this. My bad, y'all. Why nobody told me I put no guilty? I was rushing because it was in the beginning when I was letting people like get in the chat. I rushed it. My fault, y'all. But so if he would have been found guilty of the RICO, he was looking at life in prison. Had he been found guilty of the sex trafficking, he was looking at a minimum of 15 years in prison. Now with the prostitution, he's looking at no minimum, but up to a max of 10 years per count. So you're looking at 20 years, which is what the prosecution is pushing for, that he gets 20 years in prison.
Right.
Will he get 20 years? No. I was listening to a couple of videos and they were talking about how since he's a first-time offender, I know that sounds crazy, but since he's a first-time offender,
that's insane.
They're not going to get him for 20 years. And I said 20 years to me, it will be someone that's like a major pimp that has people. He brought in a few, however many it was. He brought in people for him and his pleasure. Now if he was running like a prostitution ring and he was Pimp Diddy and he had like 1,000 women across 48 states, maybe I can see 20 years in that sense. But the fact that he only had, this was only like for him. It was his pleasure. I don't see 20 years happening. Can I possibly see a 5-year total? Maybe. Yeah. But I think he's going to get off with time served and probation. What's your take, Flight?
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be that long. I mean, because the biggest thing was the RICO. And I think that's really what they just wanted to get him on. I think what Smitty said, 21 months. Like, it's probably going to be something crazy. And it'll probably be, to your point, like 5 years, and they're going to do time served already. So it ain't going to be a long time. I don't see it happening. But I'm still, like, reading a little bit of what one of the reporters that was in the courtroom was just saying how long it lasted, or how long the news conference lasted, and how both lawyers criticized and praised what was going on. People outside. Did you talk about the people outside lathering themselves in baby oil?
I ain't got that far yet.
Oh, bro,
I ain't got that far yet.
No, that's insane.
But can you do me a favor?
I don't think if he get 20 years, I'll be surprised.
If you can do me a favor, pull it up for later.
Oh yeah, see if I can find it.
Yeah, I saw it. I actually was looking for it, but I couldn't find it. But yeah, you're right though. Yeah, he's not gonna get 20 years. But whatever he get, is going to be more. I mean, excuse me, whatever he gets is going to be better than doing life in prison. So
Yeah.
if he gotta do 5 years, I would sit back and be chilling for those 5 years for sure. If I was once looking at life in prison. So after the verdict today, well, before I move on, I haven't addressed any of the chats yet. So let me kind of see what everybody. Let's see what people are saying. Let's see. Raven said he not walking free. He's still facing 20 years. Yeah, I mean, like I said, and like I stated, Raven, I do believe he to me is you're walking free because you were looking at life, and he's not going to get 20 years. He's just not. It's just they're not going to do that. That's ridiculous. And I was reading like nobody ever really gets the max sentence, so he's not going to get 20. Smitty said, I think that charge only carries up to a 10-year sentence. Yeah, but it was 2 counts, so that kind of that they stacked them on top of each other. So, oh yeah, they already talked about that. Okay. D Brown say Diddy the new era Nino Brown. The girl got the Ciroc. DB said, oh, I didn't say this. DB said, how is he horrible? I mean, he beat the crap out of.
He beating. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah, that was a troll question.
DB just trolling, bro. Like he's beating. Like, come on, bro. He on video beating the hell out of Cassie.
And that wasn't what he was on trial for. That's not
what he was on trial for, right? Yeah.
And that's another thing too. I think a lot of people have to understand. I see people on Facebook, and I talk to people. This really comes from really two women, who, they've got their emotions, and I get it. He wasn't on trial for what he did to Cassie. We all seen what he did. There is no hiding from that. There's no running from it. He beat the dog crap out of her, and that's what we said. Fly, I don't know if you remember when we came back after our little break. What did I tell you? Everybody on the stand had a Cassie beat up story.
Yeah,
he beat her in the hotel. He beat her at the backstage of award shows. He beat her in the car. He beat her on a plane. He beat her everywhere.
Everywhere.
But what we saw was he beating her in the hotel room. So just off of that alone, he is a monster, but they couldn't prove that. DB said, put this on the screen. Oh, I skipped over Torrin. Sorry, Torrin. Has anyone quoted the Boondock scene when Huey told the R. Kelly fans to stop cheering for him being acquitted? No, nobody's quoted that, but that's one of my favorite episodes, though.
Only him.
That's one of my favorite episodes. Rico was for the media and etc. to turn up the trial. He said trial, but I think he meant trial and everything. Trying to put much smut on his name as possible to get as many people to come forward and make the case winnable. Yep, that's a good take. Smitty says he gonna probably end up doing like 21. I think you said this. Yeah, you did say that. Yeah, you addressed that one. I can see 21 months, but he's gonna get time served on top of that. So what he's gonna probably do? What, an extra year?
Probably.
First time offender, but on prostitute charge, so probably gonna do a little less than 2 years.
This nigga DB trolling, bro.
And he already did 10 months, so time served will get considered. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Oh, I didn't see. Here we go. Since Diddy is my wife says, since Diddy is guilty of transportation to engage in prostitution, then the actual prostitutes need to be charged as well.
They gone.
Well,
they gone.
And in theory, you're absolutely correct. But you know what I look at this as? It's like one of them things is like when you pull over the dope boy on the street, it's like, well, we don't want you. We want your boss. You know what I mean? Like, I watch a lot of movies, so we don't want you. We want your boss. Just tell us where he is, and we'll let you go. That kind of thing. They don't want them. They want the people that's supplying it.
Yeah.
What else? She said something else. Diddy transported. They engaged in prostitution. Cassie and Jane Doe both need to be charged for their illegal activity. Lock them all up with the "I just said that" face. Okay. Yeah, I mean,
I said what I said.
What you any take on that flight?
That's a good take. I mean, shit, but they gone. They
And they
gone.
had some kind of immunity as well because Diddy and Cassie, they was on their Bonnie and Clyde.
Yeah, from what it sounds like.
Key said not getting 20. I don't think he will get anything close to it. Let's see what Smitty. Oh, I'm sorry. Smitty says his probation gonna be long as hell. I bet I don't think he's gonna do that long because it's a prostitution charge. Yeah, that's the weakest out of all of it. What are the general sentence times for what he was found guilty for? I don't know, but I'm sure it ain't the max.
I mean,
Yes, I did. Oh, I'm sorry. Huh?
ain't it up to what you said? Up like one is
It's
up
a
to 10,
maximum.
one is up to
I think
15?
he's saying what. I think he's saying what is the like. What is the average sentencing?
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, I guess
I
it
think
all
that's what he's
depends on
saying.
the severity of the count. But I mean, we know that the max is 10 to 15, depending on the count.
Right.
I mean, depending on the severity of it or how, whenever they announce his sentencing, then we'll figure out what it is or how they felt. But nobody really talked about the severity of the situation or the severity of the counts.
Yeah.
Everybody was talking about RICO. That was the only thing everybody was talking about because that's what held up the verdict. So we don't know what the jurors ruled as in a sense of how severe they felt those other counts were.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Smitty said you saw what his ex said. She was like, "I'm good if he get out. He never did anything really dangerous to me." I did see that. You're talking about Gina.
As somebody minding their business or scared.
Gina was walking out of a Whole Foods where paparazzi found her and they questioned her on like, you know, or would you be nervous if Diddy comes down? She was like, no, he never did anything to me. But that's not what she said a couple months ago either. So she be flip-flopping as well. So he didn't really beat her. He just checked her a few times.
That's what I'm saying, bro. DB wild, bro.
The sentencing. DB, I saw you said how long. I took a screenshot of my phone. Give me a second.
It's October.
Yeah, I saw that. Here, where's the screenshot? Here it goes. Yes. The sentencing, and thank you, DB, for bringing that up. The Diddy sentencing will happen October 3rd, 2025. The defense attorneys are asking for an earlier date. And I have this little news clip I want to bring up. Oh, I'm sorry, I did it wrong. Sorry. This news clipping I want to bring up that we can kind of look at. Let's go here. I like it. Yep, let's get it. Let's see. Oh, here.
Just rather shockingly denied him bail. This, of course, coming after the news that the jury convicted him of 2 of the lesser charges in the government's case against him, finding him not guilty of the 3 biggest and most consequential charges. Do we have Elizabeth Wagmeister yet? Okay, so let's get straight to CNN's Elizabeth Wagmeister, who's outside the court, along with Laura Coates. Laura, this is a surprising development. What are we learning? What are the judges' reasons for not letting him out?
Well, we are still learning all the reasons why the judge has denied bail to Sean Diddy Combs pending his sentencing. That can be an indication of a number of things. Remember, the prosecution is intending to ask for jail time in this matter. Each of those charges could provide 10 years in prison. The sentencing guidelines will obviously dictate to what extent that will be followed. Those are the maximum. It is the ceiling, not the floor.
So what she's saying is what we just talked about. Where she's saying that, you know, and for those, what they're talking about is the judge denied his bail. So the judge basically said he couldn't come home today. That was the whole thing. After the verdict was read, they each side submitted a letter to the judge explaining why he should stay in or why he should get out. And after the judge has safely considered, after the judge strongly considered everything, he decided that Diddy's going to stay in jail until the sentencing hearing, which is October 3rd, 2025, which is the reason why the defense is asking for it to be earlier.
Got it.
But given the number of offenses he has failed to have in the past and the corresponding ways in which you judge someone's category that they're in for the ultimate decision of sentencing, it could be far less than that. I will say, of course, that the judge, by making this statement, essentially is giving a bit of a heads up that perhaps jail time is in fact what he will actually hand down to Sean Diddy Combs when the sentencing does in fact occur. I will also say that this indicates that the judge believed that there were no conditions of release that could have been met that would have satisfied the court in terms of whatever pending threat there may have been to society or the witnesses or victims in this case that as alleged, and that the conditions of release, including a passport being removed, no access to a flight, living in places other than New York, all these things could have been a part of it. You have additional information as well in terms of the why.
You know, we don't have the why.
And going off of this, we're not going to watch this whole video, y'all, but I just want her to kind of keep explaining why. So she just basically said that the judge does not want him to be out due to being a threat to society, to the witnesses, to the jurors, and all this stuff, because they don't, in a sense, they don't trust that these people will be safe if he's out in the streets.
Right.
Even with the conditions that they could have set in place, because if those who remember what happened with Young Thug, the conditions that he had was like, you know, he had to report, he could only come back, he had to do like a certain amount of gang violence pop-ups or whatever. He couldn't come back to the city, to the whatever they call it, couldn't come back to Atlanta unless it was for certain things. I forgot, like it's like major things. So you heard her say like coming back to New York, removing flights, removing passports, all that different stuff. So you can't fly, you can't escape to an island like Russell Simmons. There's just certain things that you have that's in place even upon your release. So right. Even the judge said, even with all of that, we still don't want you to be free. Insane.
Quite yet. We are waiting from our team inside the courtroom. But when you said that part of the reason why could be that the judge perhaps believes that Combs could be a threat to society or the other witnesses, it reminded me of a letter that Cassie Ventura's attorney submitted just hours ago opposing him being released on bail. Jake, I want to read you a quote from his letter. It says, quote, Miss Ventura believes that Mr. Combs is likely to pose a danger to the victims who testified in this case, including herself, as well as to the community. Now, before this trial began, Laura, we remember that there were 3 attempts at bail from Combs's defense.
So basically, Cassie lawyers sent a letter to the judge explaining why he shouldn't be free at the moment, because she's fearing for her life and for the other witnesses. And I'll tell you that, man, Diddy'll be a new fool if he was to go like it's like Diddy, if you get released and then Cassie, something ends up happening to her, it's like, come on, man, like you're free, just stay free, you know, and just be you good, you know, just be good. But no, you know, with somebody, that pride, man, that pride. DB said, them deny his bond make me think he won't get jail time and time served. DB, that's kind of what I was thinking. I kind of feel like if I was Diddy, I would just go ahead and take these next few months, because that'll put you at well over a year in jail and you'll definitely get time served. I see Casey just said, somebody asked earlier, I looked it up. Average is 21 months for first-time offenders, 1 to 5 years, depending on the details of the case. Yeah. So whoever said 21 months earlier, who was that said that? Smitty. So yeah, so 21 months, that puts you at almost 2 years, which means if he do that, he'll be out by next April, March, something like that. Which is not bad.
Yeah.
Which is not bad for, you know, when you're facing life. I'll do 21 months. Give me that any day over life.
I mean,
I could imagine it's been a
huge win.
It's a win for them. It's a win.
Win for them.
Chaz said, I've seen people on murder charges get bail, his charges are invalid. Yeah, I mean, I think they're looking at the money power aspect of it. I do agree with that because you got the young man that killed the boy in the track meet, and he was able to get out the next week. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So regardless of how you feel about the situation, he killed the young man in cold blood and was able to be out on bail. Diddy, like a little nut, ran on his nipples, and he got to stay in jail till October.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Like I said, I'm only speaking from a legal standpoint.
Right. Yeah.
Yes, I'm not. I'm just saying this all this from a legal standpoint. So
like a
I'm
little
not
nut,
trying to.
like a little nut rubbed on his nipple.
Yeah, look. If they didn't want us to know, they shouldn't have took him to court.
Shit's still crazy.
So that's kind of so. Yes, he was denied bail. Everything. It's one of them things where everything is just everything's coming. Everything's kind of, for me, I'm kind of mad all this is coming to an end because it was so interesting from the beginning, keeping up with this, listening to it every day. Every day was a new update. It was a new discovery. But before I get to that, before I close on that, I want to talk about one more thing because I see what the time is. I don't want to keep everybody long. Like what the pastor say, yeah, I'm about to bring it on home. Does this trial make Brian Steele a legend?
They already talked about it.
Brian Steele got Thug and Diddy off on RICO charges in the same year.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about, you hear when the feds come for you, it's a 98% conviction rate.
Yeah.
Brian Steele says, hold my beer.
he hooping, dog.
Not once, but twice.
Back to back is insane.
Back to back is insane.
Yeah, they already talk about he the GOAT.
The Brian Steele is so cold.
How cold is he?
I'm crying. Brian Steele is so cold. He finished Thug's case and jumped on this one halfway through.
That's crazy. I didn't know he jumped on that halfway.
Well, I mean, he hired him after. I can't remember if it was halfway through. I know that they started.
Right.
Before they started, Brian Steele wasn't on the Brian Steele wasn't on his side. Maybe it was a plan they worked out. Hey man, when you get done with him, come over him. DB, you're absolutely right. The price just went up.
Facts.
He is about to be the #1 celebrity lawyer in the world. He's gonna be working for politicians.
Mm-hmm.
He probably just became one of the top 10 most powerful people in the country.
Yeah, he definitely sought after now for sure.
He's going to be sought after. Politicians, entertainers, athletes. If you can afford Brian Steele, you're gonna go get Brian Steele.
For sure.
Now, Brian Steele can't help Justin Tucker because Justin Tucker don't make enough money. But he could have helped Deshaun Watson.
I forgot about him.
Yeah, he can't help Deshaun Watson. He can't help Justin Tucker.
Right.
Justin Tucker is baby money. Yeah, he's just a kicker. Brian Steele, I don't know if you saw the post I did on Instagram. You saw what song I put with it.
The song?
Yeah, I put a song for us going live tonight. I put that Brian Steele by Drake. Because that's all I got to jam now. I'm just jamming Brian Steele now. Once again, Drake was ahead of the curve. Drake knew.
Yeah, he knew.
He was ahead of the curve, man.
Yeah, he knew.
Trump about to get 16 million, so he gonna have him on a retainer.
Well, Trump already said that he was looking to pardon Diddy way before the case was over with. So
He didn't say that. When did he say that?
He said that.
I know that people were going to ask him about it. But I don't think nobody.
Trump has said something about pardoning Diddy.
I must have missed it. I didn't hear him. I know people were talking about it. Like, oh well, I know people were like, oh, Trump just gonna pardon him. But I don't recall him saying anything personally about like him out his mouth or
It could have been the
tweets. Anything.
Centel. It could have been the Centel. Could have been the Centel for all I know, bro.
Yeah, I keep up with that stuff. So I don't recall. I could be wrong, Vino. I could be, but I don't recall him saying anything personally. But there has been a lot of people that were like, "Oh, Trump just gonna pardon him anyways," or something like that. But him actually saying it, I haven't seen that. But anyways, man, Brian Steele, man, I just shout out to him and his lawyer skill. He made me want to go to law school.
Yeah, he got it. He a legend.
Okay, so Smitty said he was going to look into it to see if he's being treated fairly. Okay, that means yeah. Okay, I'll look at it. You know how somebody be like, hey, check out my mixtape. Yeah.
I got you, bro.
Hey, check out this mixtape, bro. Yeah. Open. Yeah, I'll listen to it when I get in the car. Man, please. That's what that sounds like. If he did, well, Smitty is agreeing with you, so I'm gonna go say he said that. Yeah. He wasn't. He's not gonna pardon no Diddy. That ain't even good for That ain't even good for business. You can't pardon a nigga who just get convicted. You gotta give it a couple years. You can't be like guilty. Get out. You can't do it that quick. You gotta let him sit in there a little bit and think about what he did wrong.
Guilty.
Get out. You can't do that. That don't even make sense from a politician standpoint. But anyway, that's another conversation. That's funny. But yeah, I think the kind of like to kind of close it off. Yeah, buddy. Okay, I'm working. Thank you. David told me he wants some chips. Look at the pantry. All right. Sorry guys. I do think a lot of people, and let me know your take on this, Flight. I'm glad you're here. I think a lot of people are going to be, I think a lot of people came out a little disappointed. Because, black folks, we like mess.
Right.
That's why Tyler Perry sells so well. We like mess. Why do we like Why Did I Get Married? Because I slept, you got it from Walter. I ain't gay. I slept for Walter and gave it to you. Boom. That's why we love, black folks, we love mess.
Right.
So I think a lot of people are a little disappointed in this case because it wasn't as juicy as they thought it was going to be. What did you hear about a lot in the beginning? Oh, can't wait till Usher come out, Chris Brown at the parties, LeBron James, Jay-Z, 50 Cent, Floyd Mayweather. Oh yeah, everybody's gonna come out. Well, we're gonna take the industry down. No, Kid Cudi had a testimony. Who else name came up? We don't know who the celebrity was.
Right.
That they said it was him and his wife. A lot of people think it was Kanye and Bianca, but we don't officially know that. But that was the rumor. But there was something, I forgot what the situation was, where they said that it was they had to go meet another celebrity couple. So we didn't get the name on that person.
Right.
So we don't know who that was. But for the most part, this wasn't as juicy as people thought it was gonna be. And
right.
It had me hyped too. Like I was like, oh shoot. Is it really gonna be like Usher and Jay, like or somebody, is one of these witnesses gonna be like, yeah, it was Diddy there and the other guy was LeBron James or whatever the case can be? That would have been some mess.
That would have been some mess for sure.
But none of that happened though.
Nah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, and also in the age of social media, when people start saying it, then people expect that. They expect that.
That's what I mean. Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, that's why people were, I guess, quote unquote, disappointed. I mean, because before trial even started, I mean, since they raided the crib, they were saying this, bro. So, I mean, but I'm indifferent about it because I didn't really, I wasn't invested. So
Yeah, it was. I of course, like I said, I was, but it wasn't because of to see who was going to be the mess and whatever. I
right,
just wanted to see
right.
what was going to
Just want to see
happen
what's up. Yeah,
with this A-list celebrity. You know, he's big time. No matter what we think about him, he's big time.
yeah,
Meek Mill got so offended, but like I'm gonna state like I state last night too. I think social media, like you said, social media painted this image that people are conspiracy theories. You know, it's like, oh, he killed Kim and he killed Biggie and yeah, we know that they was all at the parties and then it's like, well, that didn't come out and it's like, but I still know he killed Kim and he killed Biggie and all this stuff and it's like, I mean, that's all conspiracy, people. We don't
right.
know what happened. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna state what I stated last night. I still believe that the Diddy parties and the freak off parties are two different things.
For sure.
You
They
know,
definitely
and I
are.
know I mean that. I don't mean that like I don't mean that as in like, of course they were two separate things. But I'm saying like how people think that, oh, if you came to the Diddy party and you stayed after 2 a.m., it turns into a freak off. I don't think that was the case. I think freak offs were special events that were planned outside of his regular celebrity parties.
Right.
You know, because it didn't, because it makes people look bad. You know, it makes TD Jakes look bad. It makes LeBron James look bad when he's like, "Ain't no party like a Diddy party." You know,
Yeah.
he
It's
from their perspective, he's probably telling the truth. As what we found out about Diddy in this trial is that he knows how to have a good time. Whatever a good time is to him, but
him. Yeah.
he likes to have a good time.
Right.
So I can see how a Diddy party can be lit. You know what I mean? Like just the thought and stuff that he would put into a party, the resources that he has. I'm sure Diddy's parties were off the chain.
Right.
I just want to separate the Diddy parties from the freak offs.
Freak offs. Yeah.
That's what I want. I think we need to start to begin to do because I think it's unfair. Like, dang, you got invited to a Diddy party. And then you just like, dang, I'm my first Diddy party. You having a good time, and then it's a picture circulating on the internet of you at a Diddy party. So now they just automatically associate you with the freak offs.
Right. Yeah.
And you went home at 11:30.
Yeah. You made sure that you was at your crib in your bed by yourself or with your significant other chilling. But yeah, I'm definitely rolling with you on that. It could be, or it was something different. At least that's all we have to go off of now.
Right. And I could be completely wrong. I see Casey just said, hold on, I'm trying to get I keep forgetting. Because now I have I used to have it to where it slide my monitor, but now I have it up and down. So I have to scroll up on my laptop to get to the monitor. I do think it could have been after the big party's late, but freak offs give planned in general after a big party or on a regular Tuesday. And like I said, I guess I wouldn't say that. Maybe there was certain times that they was doing freak offs late at night or whatever the case can be. But I do think they were like on regular Tuesdays. Because when you're a celebrity, every day is the weekend.
Right.
The weekdays only mean something to us regular poor folks.
Right.
When you're a celebrity, Tuesday is Saturday.
Yeah, basically.
So for them, it's like, it's a regular Tuesday for us, but for them, it's Saturday night.
Yeah, exactly.
Remember, he started off as a promoter in New York before he got big. Well, did he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I want to let me bring something. When I say freak offs, I'm talking about what they're talking about, getting the IVs in, going hard, Now, were people in certain rooms probably getting their freak on and stuff? I'm sure they were. I'm sure you had people hooking up in different rooms or whatever the case can be, because I feel like that happens at all mansion parties. It's 100 rooms. You don't know what's going on in that big old house. I just don't think like these freak off events like Cassie and all of them, and I think I look at the freak offs as them hiring the escorts to come in and Diddy sitting in the corner beating his meat while he's watching someone ram Cassie, and instructing them on what to do, turn her over, pick her ankles up, stuff like that. I look at that as the freak off, but I'm sure these big old celebrity party probably did have some freaky aspects to them. Yeah, he was a party promoter, so he know how to. Oh, okay, yeah. I'm sure he can throw. I'm sure he throws together a good party. So it's coming to an end. I think this probably be our last time. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Chad says, "Why no more theories of the trafficking of children at the Diddy parties? What they found when they raided his house could take down big names. They put their worst lineup on the prosecution team." Yeah, I mean, yeah, they that well, I agree with the last part for sure. They put their worst lineup on the prosecution team. I think the prosecution thought I think they thought they had in the back because I think their tactic was, let's try to paint an image. We might not have to prove, you know what I'm saying? We might not have to prove that he did it, but let's prove that he could have done it. And I think that's the biggest thing. That's why they showed the videos. That's why they had these people testifying, because it doesn't matter what they're saying. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's like, it doesn't matter if they can't prove what he actually did. But what they did prove was that he was a horrible human being. What we talked about yesterday, Flight, I thought that alone, I thought for the jurors, they weren't going to be able to get that out their heads, that they saw Cassie being dragged up and down that hallway. I think Casey said yes, they kicked. No, somebody said yes, they kicked like a football, like a like a football, like a putting a football or something like that. I just thought they wouldn't be able to get that image out of their heads as human beings, as jurors. That's where I kind of started to change. Because when this first started, I said, "Oh, he gonna get off. He gonna get off. He gonna get off." They don't have enough. But as I kind of started like looking into it and thinking about, these are human beings. This is somebody that can be thinking about their daughter getting dragged, or their daughter getting punched, or their daughter getting kicked. I like, they're gonna get them just because of it's gonna be hard. But credit to the jurors, they were able to separate what he was actually on trial for. So credit, you're muted, my Flight. Yeah. It was able to credit that. I credit them for doing that.
Right.
So, question is, will he still have party, and who will attend? He ain't having no more parties. For me, if it was me, I'm having dinners for now.
That's what they're gonna be saying.
Nah, we're gonna go out to dinner. We go on a steak 48 or so. I don't want nobody at my house no more.
He got money. He ain't gonna be at his house.
But true.
And it's gonna be a dinner, and it's gonna be talked about.
I want to know who gonna land that first interview with them.
Yeah, that's gonna be.
I'm gonna reach out to the team.
Bro.
I can't do it. It's gonna be like Coach Roy. It's like I'm not gonna let you make it. I'm gonna be respectful, but it's some stuff I gotta ask you, and I'm not gonna be able to not. But the team not gonna let me do that though.
No, hell.
They're gonna be like, hey, partner, you a nobody. Don't ask him.
Yeah, that's Diddy.
And then Diddy gonna be like, hey, after this interview, y'all want to come to the crib?
No, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good, dog.
I'm chilling, bro. I'm cool, but I appreciate the invite for sure. I appreciate the invite. Thank you so much for the time, but I'm cool, man.
Okay. Hey, you gotta consider it a little bit, though. It's Diddy.
Nah, bro.
You gotta consider it a little bit.
Nah, bro.
Like,
not even.
Then he gonna be back on trial like R. Kelly. R. Kelly was on video peeing on a girl, beat that case, and then went to jail for something else in the future. But kind of the same. It's like, bro, you got off. You were peeing on this girl.
That's crazy.
I was young then, but I would love to go back on that case and see how he got out of that.
It's crazy.
I don't know the details. I just know I know the girl he peed on was like 13, right?
Yeah, she was
young. So I wonder how he beat that. But anyways, that's not what we're here for. I'm trying to think, that was kind of it. Flight, anything that you want to add on, bro?
No, I guess we just wait till we figure out what the sentence is.
I think this whole Diddy stuff is kind of dead now, y'all. I think like it's not dead, but it's gonna, we kind of got a conclusion in a sense. It just
it's dead now, bro. Like the only thing that you can wait on is the sentencing. The only thing that'll pick it up is if they say Diddy sentenced to 20 years. That's the only thing that's gonna pick it up.
yeah,
That's the only thing because right now it's dead. He's proven not guilty of RICO. He still got them other counts. We saw what the average is for the sentencing for those counts. We know what to expect. We'll see. Maybe they move the sentencing up, or maybe it stays to October. Whatever the case is like it's dead until the sentence.
Yeah, DB said Kai gonna get the interview.
Man, I could see that. I mean, I could see that happening. I could 1000% see that happening, but I don't think Kyle go for that either. Just because of he trending upwards, like he's in a whole nother realm. But I'm not. That's a good.
Kai's platform is not like a formal interview. You're having fun on there.
You're having fun. Like
nobody wants to see Diddy having fun.
Yeah, and I mean Kai is, when it comes into that realm, he up there. He can get there.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but it ain't. Yeah, because Kai, nobody wants to see Diddy sticking his hand in the box trying to feel if it's a turtle in there or something. Why he blindfolded.
I mean, Kai understands. He understands what he'd be able to do with certain.
That's why I said. That's why I wouldn't even think it would be even because that's not what that Kai. That's not even his thing. He's not going to be sitting in the chair and just talking to you. Now, what would be good is Club Shay Shay.
That would be good too.
Because that's what he's going to have to go on. Honestly, he's going to do like a 60 minutes or something like that.
I think it's literally going. If you got to go like the 60 minutes route. If you go something that is not your formal media, your powerhouses, your CBS, NBC, CNN, whatever the case may be, Shannon Sharp would be the one to interview. I think that would be, it would be that. But also, I agree with Smitty. Like, Kyle got a lot rolling for himself, like brand ambassador. I mean, with Nike, like he obviously got all this other stuff he got going on, and he don't really be in drama. But I'm saying, like, if they would probably talk it out, and there's a chance. Not saying that he would do it, but there's a chance.
Yeah, I didn't think about this.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. Yeah. That's for sure.
Yeah.
That's the first one for sure.
Yeah,
that's a good one, Chaz. Yeah.
Say remember Kai put on the screen. DB said, remember Kai started with them sleepovers. Hashtag pay attention.
Stay woke. Hashtag stay
woke.
I
didn't see Carisha's post after the verdict.
It was something like that shit, huh?
I didn't see it. Is it Clock It?
I think it was Justin Bieber doing that. And that's what she put.
Oh, before we get out of here, Flight, do you have the video of the ratchet women in y'all, this is why I'm sick of it. And I don't want to ever hear that the justice system do black people wrong. I don't want to hear that no more. Cause this is ridiculous. I don't want to hear that crap no more. We done seen two of them get off in the same year. Look at hold on, fight before you start. People, we got to do better. We got to do better. Now, we all acknowledging that Diddy is a horrible person. We're just talking about it from the legal aspect. This is why they had colors only on water fountains. Play it. Like, can you pause it, please? I know if for some of y'all it might be hard. Did her wake up? Yeah, please, come on. We ain't got the. For some of y'all that don't understand what's going on right now, they're pouring baby oil on them. They're having a baby oil shower. That's what they're doing. They're celebrating Diddy's verdict by being in the middle. Is that the court? Is that outside the courthouse?
Outside the courthouse, dog.
They're outside the New York Federal Courthouse doing this. No. There's he
Yeah, bro. Look at his face.
he's shooting the oil.
Look at his face, bro.
He is shooting the oil.
Look at his face. He is excited about doing it. Like, bro,
Black people, we got to do better.
that's insane, bro.
We got to do better. Why we just couldn't go out there with posters? Why we just couldn't be out there with like free Diddy, yay? Like why we couldn't just why we just can't be normal? Like why we just can't go out there with posters and just be chilling
Outside the courthouse too, bro.
outside the federal courthouse, flight. The federal courthouse.
Federal courthouse, bro. New York, a wild place, dog.
This ain't the New
shout out to
York
Diddy.
traffic ticket courthouse. This is the federal courthouse.
All right, man. Wow, bro. Shorty out there, she took her blue wig off, titties almost popped out.
Popping out, wig off, body full of oil.
And it's outside of where?
The federal courthouse.
They don't care.
Not the traffic ticket courthouse.
Insane, bro.
Not the parental parenting courthouse. That's outside. I seen the steps to the courtroom. Man, folks, we got to do better. I told that's I'm sick of it, but I ain't gonna say nothing. Because I don't want to be black shaming because that's what they gonna tell me. But we definitely got to.
It's in the middle of the hood, Smitty. I did say
yeah. I mean that make okay. All right, Smitty. Okay, Smitty. Thank you for the context.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Thank you for the context. I'm still angry.
I thought that mall was in Manhattan, like right outside
Wall
the
Street.
financial district.
I didn't know that. Thank you for that. I'm still upset
that's
at
crazy.
the amount of niggatry that was happening, but it kind of puts it into perspective. At least I have some kind of perspective. But
that's crazy.
I'm still upset that she was acting like that. She acting like she got no home training. She acting like Diddy sent her invite to the party, but she couldn't go because that was the day he got locked up, and now he gonna remember. Like, yeah, that's shorty I sent the invite to. Yeah, with the bald head with the blue hair. Yeah, that's her. Anyways, we gotta do better, folks. Nah, man. Thank y'all for joining us for this special edition episode of the Don't Cancel Me podcast. Of course, I had started this off, but thank you to Vino. Vino Fight joined. He's been here majority of the show, so he was here to be able to join. I'm glad he was able to join us and be a part of this special episode. Like I said, I texted Flight and I texted Raven them this earlier too. I said I wish that this is one of them. I wish I did content full time. I promise you, I'd have been live. I'd have been live once I seen that the verdict was in, and we could have watched it together. I was itching to get home all day to do this content, but I'm glad that we were able to get on. Shout out to Vino for making the time to get on here. Shout out to everybody that was in the chat for being a part of it and keeping the chat live and interested in different opinions. And for those who don't know, Smitty in the chat is in New York, so he kind of have first hand on what's kind of going on out there. So they about to have a parade, kind of like the Thunder did. So that's how big of a deal this is for some people. But we just say thank you. Just thank you for coming out for this special edition episode. If you're kind of coming at the end, just breaking news, Diddy was found not guilty on all the major counts. He did get hit with 2 counts of transportation of prostitution across state lines. Casey, I'm so glad you did it because I wanted to, because I wasn't going to go look this up. I kind of kept up with it for the most part. I'm probably missing some stuff too, but I think for the most part we were able to touch on a lot of things. But I didn't want to keep more people longer than an hour. We went a little bit while I take away the 10 minutes that I started, so we went about an hour and 10 minutes over. So, Flight, anything, bro?
Nah, I ain't got.
What the church announcements again? Make sure y'all like and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell notification. I think this is what I want right here. Yeah, right there. This takes us to all of our links. I think this is our link tree right here. So make sure y'all scan the QR code to take you to all of our social media. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Also, don't forget we go live every Tuesday night at 7:30 p.m. Central Time. We will be live next Tuesday for episode 122. Don't forget to go like Vino Flights, like and comment, and subscribe and follow Vino Flights NBA pages and gaming pages as he's posting content on there daily. Continue to support the channel. Continue to support each one of us, and remember to support each other. That's one thing I'm gonna keep throwing out there, just supporting each other as well. So we appreciate you all for coming out for this special edition of the Don't Cancel Me podcast. This is your boy Peachy Perfect.
I'm Vino Flight.
And we'll see y'all on Tuesday. Peace.
Yeah. Hell yeah. I got a family to feed, so I can't be lazy.